Oh my gosh, I just turned on the camera and the cat jumped up onto the desk and stuck her nose into the flame. She's okay, but I think she did hurt herself a tiny bit. Anyway, hi everyone. In this video, I want to talk about how we got to Vancouver Island, what we paid for our little cottage here, and what it's been like to kind of downsize houses on Vancouver Island. So we came here 8 years ago. We followed our daughters who had been traveling around the world, and then they decided that they were going to settle here on the island. And when we got here, we bought a townhouse that was actually too big for us, about 2,500 square feet. It was beautiful and we loved it, but it was too much. So we sold that and bought a condo. Downsizing is painful, no matter when or how you do it. But we lived there happily for 4 years, and then we sold that, bought some land, thought we were going to build. Then it was COVID and the building prices were insane, so we sold that and rented for a little bit. And I was super miserable in the apartment. I'm the worst renter on the planet. I feel like I need to do things with my home, and when you're renting, you can't do much. So this place that we bought, we had visited this place and this cottage and garden at the beginning of when we first arrived on Vancouver Island, and absolutely fell in love with the garden space. The previous owner had built a very magical garden, and that's what I fell in love with. And I always felt like actually said it. I said I would love to live here. So, and I always have to be careful because whatever I tell the universe ends up happening. So, just like colors, even colors of houses, years and years and years ago, maybe 40 years ago, I put up a little picture of a blue bungalow on my fridge, and I've been buying blue bungalows ever since. Anyway, so we came to look at this place when it became available for sale, and ended up paying $704,000 for, a very small living space. But there is a tiny bit of land, so that's great. But something that costs $700,000 in anywhere else in Canada costs $1.5 million here, and there was very, very little opportunity to buy anything even at that price. I think this was the lowest priced thing that wasn't a condo available 2.5 years ago. Everything was over $1 million. That was the starting point. And we knew that this place was going to take quite a bit of reno. We've actually put in $160,000 into this cottage. There were issues with the crawl space, the foundation, there was rodents, every window and door had to be replaced, all the appliances, the heating system, hot water heater, like you name it. And that's the short list of all the things that we've done. And we've rebuilt the garden as well, because as it turned out, the septic had to be replaced, and that meant tearing up the whole garden to be able to create space for that. Unfortunately, other than painting or design or creating the garden and growing our food, I'm not, and my partner is not skilled in the actual renovation process. So we had to hire out, I think we hired out pretty much every job that had to be done. So that's why the renos cost as much as they did. We had to fence the whole yard, and we did that I think before we did the septic. And we had to build new garden beds. We had to take out a bunch of trees. The unfortunate part with putting the septic was how much of the garden had to be taken away, trees cut down and hedgerows, etc., so that we could fit in that septic system. But we have planted 11 new trees, although it takes time for everything to grow, of course. The garden is coming back to life, and we did have an incredibly fruitful garden year. It's fed us abundantly. We still have carrots and kale and chard, and there's something else that I'm forgetting now. Oh, leeks. Lots of leeks in the garden still. So it's been a very abundant garden for our first year. So, would I say that it's been worth it to spend effectively $860,000 on, a very, very small house and a bit of land? If we're comparing it to the rest of Canada, it's insanity, but that's what things are here. And, a house is more than the investment. It's more than the money you've spent on it or the return you'll get for it. you know, it's also your sanctuary and all the things that you're building here. My dream of cooperating with Mother Earth in terms of the garden and creating something beautiful here has really been fulfilled. And yeah, so for me, it's been worth it. If you were to ask a real estate agent right now, they'd say you've overspent, and at the moment you couldn't get the money out again. But yeah, we have a plan, and we're super, super happy with this place. It's adorable. Everybody that comes here says they absolutely love it, and the neighbors compliment us on the changes that we've made. We're really grateful that we were able to get this place, and grateful that I was able to visit this place early on and see the vision and the magic of the previous owner, who put a lot of her heart and artistry into the garden and into the home. So, you know, I have a little video of more things that we've done, because we also had to replace a couple of outside walls and do siding and plumbing and electrical. I mean, the list goes on. But I'll link a video at the end of I think it's one of my very first videos of kind of some of the renos that we did here. So yeah, so that's tiny-ish house life on Vancouver Island, and it's not inexpensive, but the island is stunning, and the amount of joy that we receive from the nature here, and also the people here, and being close to our kids is really worth it. And we're going to continue on. We have chickens now, as you may have seen in other previous videos, and the dream is unfolding. So I thank you for watching and for listening, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.